Alright guys, welcome back. So this here is going to be a two-part video, and today we're going to be talking about grit for birds. Alright, so this here, a lot of people want to use oyster shell and don't. Alright, what you want to use is you want to use grit. This here is going to be, this is crushed granite. Some companies are going to sell, other kinds of various, basically stone or rock. But this here's crushed granite. It's purple. It also might be called pigeon grit. Would also work, but hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. This is what you want to use. The reason why is it's very tough, and no matter what it is you're feeding your birds, if it's whole corn, cracked corn, any of your grains, this stuff is gonna have no problem grinding it up in their crop. This here is oyster shell, and oyster shell just isn't tough enough. It's not going to do it. If you have whole corn, it's not going to do much of anything. It'll help cut it, but you're going to burn through your oyster shell if you're using it as a grit source. They're going to have to just eat it all the time, and you're just going to be spending, wasting money. So a better way is to have either granite or something. There stones in your field or in your pastures that they uncover. That's also going to be fine. So if you're free ranging or pasture raising, or even just having them in one of those chicken tractors, normally there's a good chance they're going to be finding their own grit anyways. But if they're in stationary pens like a dog kennel or what have you, you're going to want to give them grit to help grind their feed. Another reason, well actually not another reason, but the only way you would not need to give them grit is if you have a very a ground feed, something either like super powdery or just already ground to like a crumble size, is you're not going to have to worry about grit. But if it's a scratch grains or something like that, or if they're eating a lot of bugs in their diet from either you feeding them treats or they're just getting them while they're foraging, bugs and whole grains, they're going to need grit. And so to save you money and heartache is just get grit. Otherwise, if you're using oyster shell and they're getting whole corn and stuff, pretty soon that crop is going to get super compact, full of food that they just can't grind up, and they'll lose weight. And so I was at a farm not too long ago, and this guy had two birds in a elevated pen, and he said, oh, they're super healthy, I've been giving them all this stuff, medication and whatever, but he's just losing weight, don't want him to die on me. Well, what's going on? And I was like, well, what you feeding them? He goes, oh, I'm giving them this scratch grains and things. And so I got to looking at the feed, and I was like, you know what? They need grit. All your other birds are doing perfectly fine on this feed because they're on the ground and they can eat. They can get the grit, the pebbles and things they need to grind up this feed. But in this confined pen, elevated off the ground, he can't do that. And so I was like, just switch, add some grit, and give him up a little protein until he bounces back. But then now he's doing fine. So this is what I would definitely recommend. Get some grit and put it in a little feed container, or a rabbit feeder or some kind of container, and just monitor the levels. And once it's getting low, just top it back off. It's not gonna, if it gets rained inside the container, that's fine because it's just stone. It's not going anywhere. It's not gonna dissolve. So you just throw this in a container and just let it sit there, and replace it when it gets low. It's pretty simple, but it's gonna save you a lot of money compared to oyster shell. So also, if you have any questions, just comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And in the description, I'm going to have a link to oyster shell, what it's really used for. And so check that video out too. Just click on the link in the description, and It'll send you right over. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.